Alright, let's have a look. 10:15, good. And let's look at the replay. I guess my smoke didn't help. Yeah, see, that's the problem. The smoke gave me away, right? Let's turn on the log. Look at that again. There's also another possibility that something far enough away that spotted him when he was under the hill, under the slope. So I think I took a bit of a beating there again. I don't know, but it's one of the, like I've mentioned many times, is like the most difficult thing is playing against the really experienced opponent. Sometimes I just have no clue. It's like, oh, it's almost like, well, almost like it might be better off not doing anything, but I think that wouldn't work either. So yeah, well. Anyway, let's check suppression and get on with it. It just feels like sometimes I'm just so far behind. But the other problem, of course, is I've never been really good at the game, so I don't know if I could ever get good enough to play two-player effectively against a really experienced opponent. It's really hard to say, right? I have no idea. I mean, in the solo game, I can tell I'm not that bad at it, but I do make a lot of mistakes. Suppression went up. He wasn't attacked. Suppression 4 was fine, I think. No combat friction. So yeah, suppression will go up. I mean, he's sitting there all by himself, and there, it plays. All that stuff is modeled in the game. How well, I don't know, but it is there. See another enemy. Suppression is 5. I think I might. Yeah. Rally him. No, I won't. Let's leave it. Let's not waste a rally opportunity. Enemy seen. He took that back. Easy peasy. Should I care? I don't know. The battle's just not worth it to me. I kind of stopped putting effort into it a long time ago, and it shows. I mean, I just haven't really been trying that hard. I found the fact. I mean, the problem goes back to what I started with. So we actually fired at that. Looks like my unit purchase was not very good, but I don't think for the Germans it seems really difficult at 1,000 points. You need a lot of experience, and so I think it'd be a good idea to just try other nations and expand the palette, so to speak. try a few other tasty things. Let's see. he is retreating. I'm going to rally him. Well, he put up a lot of smoke now. So, now the tank can't see him, so I'm wondering if it'll move up. That would be actually tasty because I do have Panzerjägers in the area. Getting them into position might be tricky though. In fact, it will be tricky. Look at the sergeant reduced suppression. Still pinned though. That might not matter. Why did I bother doing that? Why did I bother doing that? It was just so stupid. Why did I bother doing that? I have no idea what I'm doing in this area of the map. I'm just basically, these guys just basically parked here to prevent this side from advancing too far, because if they leave this flank open, then they can't leave this flank open, right? There has to be something here to defend it. I should just left it. I should have just left it. In the result, taking more casualties for nothing, no reason whatsoever. Quite surprising that he has not been. These guys are still here. They gotta be. They must have been seen by now. He's pinned. I don't think he was shot at this turn. In fact, yeah, he's not suffering from any. Actually, I can't tell because he's pinned, so there's no movement. I don't know what to do with him. I'm gonna leave him like that for the time being. Okay, so let's see. Now they're occupying those. Now, if there was a lot of turns left, we'd probably start seeing force morale issues because they own all the Victory Hexes now. So not sure we can push them back here. I guess we'll try. I guess we'll try, he said. Kind of... oh, thank goodness it's the last turn. Really, that's how I feel. Now, I don't know whether these guys would be... Actually, I am going to rally him because he's going to make an attack, so... He repulsed those very well. I'm not really sure if shell holes increase cover. One would expect it to increase it a little bit. There's more places to duck down in. But of course it really depends, maybe to make it realistic it would depend on the size of the artillery that landed there. Really, because the bigger the shell, the bigger the boom, the bigger the hole. So we at 10%, at 100 points, we're not using very big booms, so we're not causing very big booms. So the shell's probably not that big. But I mean, it's hard to know because it just says shell holes, right? It doesn't really take that into account. I don't, and I doubt it does. I doubt it takes that into account. So you can see him. He cannot. should bring him forward first. And then he needs to move as well. Suppression hasn't gone up at all, so there's been no indication of enemy activity in this area. Because he's an out of contact, and that's probably not a useful thing. Okay, well, he's got the best cover here, so. Trees and shell holes, so I think we'll start with him. It's a bit suppressed though, so his first shot probably will not be very good. And they fucking pulled back. Ah! I actually wanted to hit them again, but no. So actually, well, we're gonna try taking that back. So maybe that was the wrong one to attack him with. I don't know. We can't hit him again. I don't know if he's suppressed enough that I can move in there without taking that loss. Well, that's the cheapest unit to... Well, not really. Losing a couple of men on these guys are probably better, but there's nobody close enough that can do that. So it will have to be him. Okay, well, we'll leave that at the end. I'm now regretting having fired with that one, because if I'd known he was actually so kind of pull back so quickly, then I would have fired with that one instead, and then I could have moved him up and actually attacked him again. But I don't know if there's anybody here. I think we destroyed that one, mainly because it was overwhelming fire superiority in the area, to use the classic line. I don't know. I really don't know what I was doing there. I mean, all I can see it in here is not that much. And that armored car just kept pounding at him and pounding at him and pounding, and he took fucking 5 casualties in that. Fucking hell. What a waste. What a fucking waste. Man, I suck. It's kind of depressing, to be honest. Things you have to overcome when you... So then I think this is the one where he moved into the LMG fired at it. Oh, this is... No. The V-section was destroyed was probably this one here. But there was another one. This was in the a little further south. Here. Pulling back, I don't know if he's still there though. See, now with all the smoke, I can't hit him again. That's annoying. So that's about it. That's all I can really do. I mean, I can take that back, and then that's it. I'm done. I can't. There's nothing else to do. I know there's probably things to shoot at on this side, but see it. Yeah, okay, we got things to shoot at. We can still see that one. Since we can see two. There's one over here. This seems to be heading towards the it's pretty far away though. Let's look for things to shoot at. That's always fun. Yes, admit it. I actually have a pretty good chance of hitting that. So I might take a shot at that one. But I just let's have a look up here. Do I want to take that now and see what the result is? Because that's the only one that can do it. These guys would have to move too fast to get in there. Yeah. Now, if these, the reason this area became a struggle for me was because I lost this platoon, and this is why I don't like losses. I makes the battle really 10 times, hundreds of times harder for me. So trying to avoid losses is my main concern. I will rather take 1,000 defeats and learn to avoid losses while taking those defeats. I get 1,000 victories and lose everything. Well, in military terms, I guess it's how's the saying go? The only thing costlier than defeat is victory. So. I guess if you win, then the losses may not matter. But from in a game perspective, I mean, I need as many units as possible. And in this battle, I've lost so much. So I've probably lost maybe to a third of my strength, I think. This platoon is this platoon is down to about a third, and this platoon in the south is down to about a third. Yeah, so actually probably not even close to a quarter. I think this one is actually more like a quarter. That's really the only one that's reasonably hasn't taken too many casualties. He's taken 5. Yeah, so let's just take that and see what happens. Whether he's suppressed enough or not, we'll find out. He is. The question is, do I want to move in there because and try and chase him off? Okay, smoke's blocking line of sight that way. Okay, so let's move these guys in. Problem is, if he moves in, there's nobody to support him over here. Like, if there's another unit on the side, then that's it. There's nothing we can do, so I don't really see any point. I don't see any point in moving anymore. He's not taken many. He's taken 1 casualty. Problem is he's fired already. If he moves, and then his chances of getting any hits on that is very bad. It's like, I mean, that was like perfectly well calculated, because I mean where he ended up, or maybe it's just luck, I don't know. But the way he ended up is now completely out of my reach. So So you know, things like that. Like, okay, I attacked with the one that was in best cover, thinking that was probably the best opportunity. But then, looking at it now, maybe I should attack with the LMG first. That would have pushed him back, and then maybe then move him in. But then I think the problem still is that he's got no support, and that's always a problem for me because that's why I lose so many units, because of my sections get cut off from each other, and they that's a lone section is just not adequate. It can't do anything. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I've taken the Victory Hex back. He can't. There's nothing he can do about it. He may actually hit that with mortars because he still has that opportunity. But I don't see anything else I can do there. This guy is still pinned. I'm gonna rally my guy. Why bother? Well, actually, there's a reason to bother. I think, could I get Panzerjägers up there? No. They couldn't reach. They can't get there. Now, if there wasn't any, the movement's not very high though. That's the problem. So they only have 3. So they'll only be able to move 3 X's on the slope. In the middle, so they move one slope hex, and then probably if that was out of the way, then it would improve things a bit. But he still wouldn't be able to get into the trees because he just doesn't have enough movement points. So they can't reach that to take a shot. The only place they could go maybe is over here. Nope, they can't make that either. Why? Okay, that's probably because that unit's in the way. But, I mean, he'd be moving really fast, and the tank's still in that position, then it might get an opportunity fire at him, maybe. So, another fuck up. Just many screw-ups in this battle. I got a few things I can shoot at here, so let's console myself by shooting at things. I think these guys can only. Well, we can see that. 10% there, 5% there. Range is a bit long. I wish that was closer. That one's not bad. That's the only target he has, so let's fire that. And we're not going to get anything, are we? Oh, yes, we did. Okay, it took 5 shots or something to get him to disperse, but actually, if he just pulled back, then that would have worked a lot better. Then he would have survived probably, but he just stood there and took the shells. So. One thing I realized is the cavalry doesn't work that well in the game. I mean, as far as the game mechanic, because it's treated like infantry, and really they shouldn't be. They are a type of leg unit, but they're not infantry. I mean, that's just silly. So I don't know how some of this stuff works, because how do cavalry find cover and things in a mixed hex, for example? Alright, so that's not too bad. We got another dispersal there. Let's see. They cannot see anything. Actually, he has no ammo, so ignore him. That's annoying, he's too far away. That's the only target he's got. I'm trying to figure out who it is he can see here. It's gotta be that one. Only 5%, yikes. No openings at all. Chances of me getting any sort of a hit with that are... Well, that's the only one I can see, that one. So, may as well waste that ammo. I'll use this one on this one because the other one has no chance. Yeah, well, it's the only target he can see, so I might as well fire at that. Not anymore. Hey, and where'd he go? What? He dispersed? Okay, well. Well, the MG34 does a really good job if you can fire a lot of bursts in, in one turn, which we can do in the last turn because there's not going to be any consequences that you've given your position away too much. Some of these mortars can probably hit some of those things at long range. Not him, because he doesn't have any EPHE left. How much does he have? 2 rounds? What the hell? Might as well. Wow. Did he? Was that a dispersal? Yes, it was. Wow. Okay, well, I don't have anything else to shoot at though. Yeah, damn it. Okay, well, too bad. Too bad, so sad. Well, that's the end of it. Because there's not much else I want to do. There's not much else I can do. Let's just rally him so we can move him to a safer position. Waste. What a waste. What a waste. And also, you know, losing interest in the battle is not a good thing. Really. But you know, I tried, but I just couldn't get myself into it. And after the cavalry just overran me, it's like, oh no, not again. Actually, it was worse this time. This was the worst I ever had to deal with cavalry, I think, because there was nothing. In the past, I got through, but there wasn't, like, they didn't destroy a whole platoon doing it in the process. They just kind of broke through. This time was a lot more bloody. I think I'll just keep him on the slope here, probably. Yeah. All right. That's the end of that. I'm not even gonna bother looking over the hill. These guys are in a position where we can't see them, so, and I can't shoot at them, which is uninteresting. He's not gonna do anything because really there's no point. Is that red dot down here? I thought there was an enemy unit down here. No, some strange coloring on the mini-map. Okay, so these guys are somewhat secure. I'll pull them back into the side. And if there was turns, we'd move them out onto the rough here, which is the best cover. Actually, the best cover. I mean, the gully was the best cover when we were close to it. So probably, I should have tried. Well, I should have pulled back here because you know, actually might as well do some post-mortem analysis now because we don't get to see the map in a two-player game during the results, which is really stupid. But I mean, really, there should be a way to do that. Unfortunately, I don't think the way the game's designed, the way the map objects are designed, I don't think it can be done because these are actually part of the map. They're not really stored, like the position and all that, and how they're actually in the map file, I think. So you can't really separate them. But probably this platoon should have started pulling back as soon as I realized they were going to be overwhelmed. They should have been pulling back right from turn 1 or turn 2. Because I mean, probably by turn 3, I knew that there was nothing they could do, and they should have been pulling back a lot faster. So probably by turn 2 they should have started pulling back because if it was obvious by turn 3, the clues should have been there much earlier. Because they just didn't have the numbers. I mean, one platoon can do bugger all against almost an entire company. I think it was an entire cavalry company. There's just nothing they could do. And then you know they were lost some firepower because they had an MG34 malfunction. So actually I've lost a lot of firepower in this game. 3 MG34s malfunction. It's really bad when an LMG squad loses when an LMG squad loses the LMG to malfunction. What do you do with them? I mean, like, really, they basically become a three-man squad. For the Germans, it's a three-man squad with rifles and grenades. Like, I mean, would you really use that in... Actually, actually, they are a four-man squad, so... and they normally are a four-man squad, it looks like. Oh, no, the damage... Oh, okay, the weapon counts as damage. Yeah, I know, it's weird, but that's how it is. It's a system. Damage doesn't count... Like, the men in the squad are counted as systems, not really soldiers, because in a tank you get damage, and that's the systems. It could be a soldier, it could be, you know, the actual main gun, it could be something else, it could be a track, it could be the radio, it could be anything. So, but I mean, that's it. So it's a three-man rifle unit. Can you do anything with that? I mean, is it worthwhile? I mean, three-man unit is pretty anemic. They don't have any firepower, and they're gonna get killed really quickly. So you get them into a position where they can defend something, I guess, stay in cover or something like that, I guess. That seems like the only thing that you could do with them. What else? Yeah, so I mean, it's amazing these scouts managed to live till the end of the battle. I did not expect that. They might, unless I move them back, but I don't know where they'd go, if I'm honest. They probably have them as with range set. So we gotta have artillery land on them. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna leave them there. And I think if I move them, they'll probably get shot at anyway. He's close enough that he could do it. Oh, and I found out that the 7.65mm Browning is actually pistols, not a pistol, not a machine gun. So they really don't have a lot of firepower. Well, close up they do. I mean, at one hex they do, because they have that's probably a range 1. The pistol is probably a range 1, and the hand grenades are range 1. So you don't want to attack. You don't want to face up against these guys at 1 hex. They really don't have that much firepower, so I'm not really sure why they were so difficult to kill. Maybe they have high morale or something. That could be it. I don't know if they're elite units. I can't remember. Actually, I didn't look at them that closely when I was playing the Netherlands in the solo game. So I think that's it. I'm not even bothering to check ranges, because that's the end of it. Yeah, I managed to take that back for what it's worth. Balances the points out, so probably will be a draw, I think. Casualties will be the deciding factor, I think. My casualties will be higher than usual. Well, so be it. It was not a good battle for me in so many different ways. So many different ways. For unit purchase, still struggling to get units together for the Germans. And I think that's it. I'm gonna end the turn. Can't see anything else I can do here. I don't have anything else to shoot at, which is kind of annoying. But actually to be expected, really, because, you know, when you're facing an experienced opponent, he figured out he could put those out of the sight. I'm surprised he left that one. I guess he needed to be able to see. Now, one thing he won't know, that this guy got wiped out. You can't tell. One of the deficiencies in the game is that player 1 does not get to see the replay. And I noticed I said a deficiency because I consider it to be a design flaw. They really could have put it in. I don't think it would have been that difficult. It's about loading the map and loading the battle again and running the replay. I can't see why it would be that difficult. Anyway, so I think that's it. I can't see anything else to do. Yep, we're gonna end the turn. And end the battle. don't know if those guys are still there. Okay, here we go. Ah, I took a crushing defeat because I took so many fucking losses. Wow, look at that, 204 losses. Wow, so much for a draw. Ha ha ha. Um, that was a costly battle for nothing. Yeah. Well, I kind of, like I said, I kind of lost. The battle just wasn't doing anything for me. I just had no idea what to do. It's just beyond me, I think. And I just kind of trying to make it to the end. And I started making a lot of mistakes as well. So it really didn't help. Wow, losses. Look at those losses. And, on the Netherlands side, sorry. My losses were not that bad. So I don't know. Um, I guess the 400 points, because I didn't have enough points then, to bring that back into line, because I thought the 400. Okay, right. It just didn't balance it out. I would need to take a lot more than that. But anyway, I mean that's. I'm actually happy my losses weren't that astronomical. That's more my concern right now. If I can manage this and still push forward, then that's okay. But the thing of it is, the losses were in critical areas. With the platoon that was actually doing the heavy lifting was the one that took a lot of losses, and they were the ones who needed to be able to push and take that. And I don't know. I mean, I think I may like unit pushes was poor, very poor. I think. I knew the Netherlands did not have. I knew the Netherlands had inexpensive units. That's the first thing. I knew they had the units where they could get a lot of units. They could get two full companies. I did nothing to compensate for that. I knew they had no significant armor, only armored cars. So yet I still took 235Ts. Why? Yeah, that was a waste of points. So combining those two things together, you end up with a battle group that's just not adequate for the job. So yeah, because the crushing defeat, because I wasn't adding up the numbers correctly, because he took all of the victory X's except for one, and that was only 450 points. So that's where that came from. I mean, he controlled all the other victory X's. So, and of course he controlled the ones at the back of my lines as well, because I had no way of stopping his cavalry from getting through. So again, a huge mistake in choosing units, even knowing what the enemy could potentially have. So, but the thing is, the funny thing is, I knew fairly early on, probably around turn 6 or 7. No, maybe even earlier than that, turn 4, maybe turn 5. This battle was just not going to go my way. I just had no chance here. It was that feeling of, okay, well, I'm being overwhelmed. There's nothing I can do to stop it. And lack of experience then comes in and it's like, well, since I have no idea how to do this, how do I compensate for this? I had no idea. So I just kind of kept playing it to the end because that's the only thing you can do. I mean, I could surrender, but I don't know if he'd accept it. So, so not a good battle. Probably the worst battle I've had in a long time as far as enjoyability goes. I really did not enjoy myself in that. I was not really having any fun at all. So, which is really not a good thing. That's the worst kind of battle, I think. I don't know. There's so many things I could. This is the problem with this one is like I've mentioned a few things where I know I can make mistakes, but I still don't have a way. I don't have any way to work around them. So it's kind of okay. Yeah, maybe those are. I can see what I did wrong, but I have no idea how to improve it. Okay, well, I was hoping for a little bit better, but I see the losses don't actually count that much, right? So in this battle where the points were all in the victory X's, that's what you have to focus on. And I guess I I wasn't able to do that. Like Germany, as I'm finding, is a really difficult nation to play. I think, and I don't know if that's just in the enhanced mod because of the historical balance in it. Um, in it, if the historical balance makes Germany going to be outnumbered almost, actually not almost, all the time. They're never ever going to have numerical superiority. I think ever, ever at any point during you could take any year in World War II, and if in the enhanced mod, I don't think there's ever going to be a year where they ever would have numerical superiority. It's just not possible because their units are very expensive relative to everybody else's. Now everybody else's gets more expensive too, but the relative difference is that Germany goes up faster because they actually got a lot more improvements in training and so on, as well as in actual equipment. So that historical balance makes Germany very difficult for a beginner player, I think. On the other hand, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it really, I think is probably learning. There's probably a lot to learn from it. But in this battle, I don't know what I've I don't know what I've learned. To be honest, I really don't. Anyway, so that's going to be it for Play by number 11. Another crushing defeat. Most of my battles so far have been in crushing defeats. Uh, when it's like I'm a long way from being able to get consistent draws. I think. Yeah. Oh well, we're done with that one. Okay, so we're gonna take a short break.